What is up, Barca fans and football fans? Welcome back to the channel. I'm back again with another video, and this is gonna be a little double kind of thing because I'm gonna talk a little bit about the Clasico and the recent game against Villarreal. I didn't get to. I was gonna do a review of the Clasico. I'm sorry that never came out, but yeah, it was. I needed to take a little break off because I had a week with a lot of things I had to do, and just wasn't feeling it really. Am I being the right to clear mind after that? Because that game really just made me angry. So, but overall, as I can say for these two games, there's a big difference in both of them, and there's two glaring big changes and differences that really made us play better in the latter one. But first off, with the Clasico, they started off decently well in the first half there, but we tried, we pressured Madrid a lot, but then we just, I don't know, individual mistakes just ruined everything. Individual mistakes by Busquets and by PK, and it just made everything go south. And it's a couple other people too. It's just we let them through, and they scored the first goal, which is such a dumb goal as well. It's like, you didn't want to see that. You don't want to see them go through like that just again. But it's not gonna work, because if the defense doesn't work well, it just doesn't. It just makes it all go to. And it did when you have people that are not past their prime playing, like PK. That's when you can see goals like that. That's when the defense lets you down. And that kept going like that. They scored one more as well, and towards the second half we stepped it up a little bit more, but we just looked really lost. We never really looked like we were gonna give them any sort of problems whatsoever throughout that game, except for maybe then towards the end, in the like 70th or 80th minute or something. That's when we started really, the last 15 to 20 minutes, we started to really get into it a little bit more, and that's when we got a goal back via Ferran Torres, which was really good, really well scored, really well done. But it just wasn't to be our night, really. Shortly after that, they get a penalty, which was absolutely idiotic. It should have been off, in my opinion. Should have been offside before that, but they don't even check the. They don't even do anything. They didn't even try to do anything with that. But for when we had a chance earlier, that penalty, possibility for a penalty earlier, they didn't even check VAR whatsoever. They didn't do anything. They just said nope, no penalty. But this one, at once, they went to check VAR, and they said, even though it's clear that, or even if you want to say, okay, maybe the offside wasn't truly offside, it should have been a penalty. Either way, he was not consistent. He was not consistent with his decisions. VAR was not consistent with their decisions. It does not make any sense. Why would you not at least go and give a check for the first one, which was obviously a very much clear penalty, but you do it in the second one? This has been going on now for so many times. It's not just it's a Clasico, Real Madrid. No, it's just not just a Clasico. This has been going on for so long now, for at least more than a year. Like, this over 30-something games in total together that we have not been getting a single call in our favor in penalty-wise at all. It's like 20 in the league and 10 in the Champions League or something, or whatever that time was. 20 to 30-something games that we have never gotten a call in our favor. In that sense, or clear penalties, or other clear situations, we've been screwed over in another way. That is absolutely unacceptable. And I'm not making that as an excuse to why we lost. No, we still were playing bad. 100%. And that was not a good situation for us. And I don't think we should have even won. But once again, just like the Inter game, it could have been at least a 2-2 in that game. If they are and the referee was fair and consistent. But he wasn't. No, they weren't. They were just all the way kissing Madrid ass, just like some of the others were kissing Inter's ass. And I'm not trying to disparage any of the thing. I'm not saying anything, but this is happening way too often. And I've seen it happen to some other clubs as well. It's not good. VAR is inconsistent AF. Like, seriously, it's not good. It has not been good for the remainder of like 2 years now. Ever since it started, it just doesn't stay consistent. And it's not just in La Liga or so. It's in Premier League too. A lot of clubs there have complained about how many times have screwed them over there. So it's just I don't get it. I really don't get it. Why are you bringing something like VAR, video assistant referee, in if it's not gonna be used the right way? If it's not gonna be used fairly? If it's just gonna be used however they feel like? How is that fair? How is that fair, huh? This is happening way too often now, especially for us this season. multiple games this has happened now. I can understand once in a while maybe they don't see something or maybe they make it. That's okay. I get it. Not everybody can be perfect all the time, and sometimes there is mistakes happen. And you can look past that, even though it pisses you off at the moment, of course. But you can look past it afterwards because okay, whatever. But this is freaking happening way too often now. It's not just once in a while. No, it's like every other game now. And I cannot understand it. It almost feels like FIFA or UEFA or whatever, they have an agenda against this. They don't want us to get anything in there in our favor. I know that sounds silly, but it just feels like that now. Thanks to how the fuck this has been going on, like how many times this has happened this season. It just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Like the Bayern game, clear penalty not given. The Inter game, clear penalty not given, and a goal disallowed. Right? The Clasico, once again. It just, and maybe some other ones I'm for. Like, there's a clear pattern of us not getting anything, but the other team is. It's really stupid. It is really stupid. And it ruins every single game. As I've said in a previous video, just not just us, like in the Chelsea game, remember how the referees and VR are just screwing over everybody. Chelsea, Milan, when the red card and how they looked over all that stuff. That just ruined that whole game. I just don't understand what's the use of VR anymore if it cannot be used the right way. But anyways, moving on, we lost that game. It sucked, and Real Madrid went 3 points ahead of us, which is painful. But the season moves on. There's still a lot of time left, and we move on to the next game, which is the Villarreal game that was played on Thursday. I could not actually go. Actually, I wasn't able to watch it while the game was going on because I was at a concert. I was at a Sting concert. So, but I watched it back afterwards, and I saw that, and we played really well this time around. This was what I'm talking about. This game was brilliant. We actually looked like a united team this time. We actually look unified, good, strong, like a unit, pretty much. We didn't look like a bunch of individuals that just tried their best to do something. No, we actually did look like a team that know what they're doing. we did not look lost like we have been in the past few couple games. This time around, the midfield was very, very solid. The defense was very, very solid. You know, the midfield perfect. Frankie De Jong as that single pivot. You know, the central defense and defensive mid, and then we have Gavi and Pedri. Oh, he was it. What was him? Sorry, yeah, I think so, right? I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. I believe so, right? And Gavi and Pedri. I think it was Pedri. I'm not entirely sure, but if I can remember it right, because I don't see anybody else who it was. I'm a bit tired right now, so it's like I'm just blanking on it. I believe it was, right? I believe so. It has to have been. Just who else would it really be? But so yeah, Gavi, Pedri, and Frankie. That midfield, yeah, that midfield was absolutely wonderful and absolutely so incredible. Perfect. It was perfect. And speaking of Gavi, I just want to shout out to Gavi for winning the Copa Award, the Copa Trophy during the Ballon d'Or Gala, and also the Golden Boy Award, which was announced yesterday that he won that as well. He has won that as well. Um, and it will be presented to him on November 7th. So, absolutely wonderful to see that happen for him. He's the second player to ever do that, to win both after Pedri last year. So, our two bright midfielders, it's wonderful to see them both shine so much and do so well. They're 100% the future of the club. And it's just great. It's just great to see that. And there's so many people who've been just really salty about it and really like angry about it and saying that it should be Musiala or Bellingham or something like that. It's just like whatever. He has earned it. He deserves to win it. And I'm just saying that as a Barcelona fan. I'm saying this just naturally, like just normally. He deserves to win it. He deserves to win it, and both of those are trophies. So it's good. It's good. I'm very happy for it. So congrats to Gavi for that. And also, an extra shout out to Lewandowski for once again winning the Muller Award, like the best striker. Really well done there. And also Alexia Putellas winning the Ballon d'Or for the females, for the women. For the second time in a row, first one to do that. Wonderful. She's incredible in football, and very proud of her for that. And the winner of the Ballon d'Or was Benzema, so congrats to him for that. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk even too much about that. So yeah, but and there were some other people. Courtois won the Lev Yashin award as well, and there were some other things like that during that ceremony. But yeah, but anyways, back to the Villarreal game. The midfield was very strong and very well handled. Frankie De Jong was absolutely incredible. He bossed that midfield 100%. He looked very much comfortable in that position, and he really showed what he can do and why he should not have been benched so much and why he should have started ahead of Busquets in most of these past games. And why he should keep starting ahead of Busquets. This is so much better, so much greater. And this is no disrespect to Busquets. Back in the day before, he was great. He was amazing at his prime. But that has passed. He's no longer at that point anymore. So we need to change needs to be done. And this is the best way to do that. Just we have someone like Frankie De Jong. He needs to start. You can sometimes he starts Busquets in like lesser game, ready games, and sure he can be subbed in at times when we have the, when we have the result under control. Sorry, I'm like stiff in my neck, but when we have the result under control, that's when he can maybe come in sometimes. That's what he did yesterday. So I was fine with that. Plenty of boost though, yeah. But It was good. It was good. It was very, very much good. And in the defense as well, on that end as well, very much worked out pretty good. Jordi Alba was good yesterday. He did a very fine job. We had Marcos Alonso in central defense, along with Kunde, and then we had Roberto, I believe, on right back. They were all subbed out later on. PK came in later and back into and all that other stuff. But it worked. That defensive line worked pretty decently as well. It should be looking somewhat like that, but with Araujo instead when he comes back instead of Marcos Alonso. So I think that could be something that could work in Balde also at times, but he needs to get more, accustomed. He's still young, so he can still make mistakes. But if Alba can step up, then I believe he can still do some good stuff for the rest of the season. He can show when he really shows his quality, he has quality. We all know that. He's the one that's messed up at the least in recent times between him, Piqué, and Busquets. So, and it was good to not have Piqué in the back. He's also one of that. His prime has passed. Like he's not there anymore. He's not at that level anymore, and he shouldn't be a regular starter at the club. He should not. He definitely should not. It's not the thing for him anymore. He's too old. He's too slow. He just can't do it. And we clearly he showed that in the last two games with his Inter and Real Madrid, that he just doesn't work. He made too many individual errors that someone like with his experience should never do, or at least not do that consistently and that much. Someone like him, like that has won World Cups, Euro trophies, Champions League, treble, everything. He has won everything you can think of with club and country. But he still now does mistakes that someone like much younger than him probably would do it in reality. Like rookies, like young players would do. And that if young players did that, you will accept that because they're still learning, right? You'll still be a little bit upset that it happened, but you can understand it. But when it's someone like him, that is not acceptable. It is not acceptable. If you do that often, you should not be a starter. It's just that simple. If it happens once in a while, okay, everybody can make a mistake. As I said before, it happens. It's just it's part of life. We're all human. But if you make it over and over again in the span of a few weeks, if you make way too many mistakes like that, way too many individual errors, just I don't see how anybody can really advocate for you to be a starter then. And the club is talking now with and everybody else to really shorten his stay and like try to get him to leave the club soon. I don't know if that's gonna happen in January or next time, but at latest next summer he needs to be out of the club. And same with Busquets, it looks like he's gonna be leaving. And then we'll see as well with Roberto and Alba what happens with them too. But we need news, like new power. We need something new. We need something more again. And we can't be doing it with the same way as we have been. It doesn't work. These players are old now. They're past their prime. They were good back. Don't get me wrong. They have been incredible for the club, and I've them heavily much. They will always be remembered for all the great things they have done. But it always comes a time when things come to an end. It always comes a time when it's time to leave. Everything has an end. Everything has a finish. Their time at the club is almost up. It has to be because it just doesn't work anymore. It's sad to say in a way because they have been very good in the past for us. They have been, but it just is. They should. Some of them shouldn't even have been. Still shouldn't even be here now. They should have left earlier when they were at high on top before they became strained with the club, strained with the fans, and had the fans turn on them. because many fans have turned on PK and Busquets, especially because of these things, because they haven't left earlier. You know, something, a decision that Xavi and Iniesta made, which was very good, which was appreciated and respected by the fans. Yes, everybody was sad to see them go, but they made the right decision when they felt they couldn't give anything more to the club, and for the club's best, better they left, and that was a good thing to do. Um, and same with Puyol. Yes, it was more because of injuries for him, but he still understood that he could not keep going, try to keep going. He just said that this was it for him. And Valdez as well, and plenty of other players as well in the past. So they should also just now this will be have to be their final season, and they have to go. Uh, Otherwise, I don't know. It's just not gonna be pretty if they stay more than this. It's not gonna be good. But yeah, but overall, great game. And then the goals were absolutely wonderful. 2 goals by Lewandowski. He's firing up again. Very, very nice to see that. 2 beautiful goals by him, especially the second one, an absolute screamer. A really great long shot from him, and it was very, very much well handled. The third goal came for Ansu Fati. He gets the score as well, which is wonderful for him. Great start. He has been showing up well. And I think this starting lineup of Leva, Ferran, and Ansu is actually not too bad. Ferran Torres has been stepping up as well, as we saw in the Classical too, and some previous games. So he can, if he just get to play with the right players around him, and so I think he can definitely produce some good stuff as well. And I think that this is some of the closer to the perfect lineup that Xavi needs to get together. There's still some pieces possibly missing because with some of the injuries, when Araujo comes back, and maybe we need to bring in a couple, maybe some 1 or 2 players in the January window, possibly, for midfield and defense, especially. I think we can maybe do something there. But overall, it was really well done. The passes and everything handled for the goals. It ended 3-0. All the goals were scored pretty much during like a 5 to 10 minute period, pretty much in the first half, and we just closed the game off in the first half. How many times have we been able to say that this season, right? That was a very good sight to see. To see us be able to close off the game that early. Second half, we slowed down a little bit more. It wasn't as forward going, but we still held it pretty well and did create some stuff, and it was still not bad. So very, very well played by Barcelona. Very happy that we could definitely get back to winning ways again and get 3 very much important points. Next game is again Athletic Bilbao, which is tomorrow. Our film is on Saturday, so tomorrow Sunday. Tonight there is Real Madrid playing against Sevilla, so hopefully Madrid could possibly drop some points, which will be good for us. I don't know how Sevilla will be doing. They have been up and down a little bit this season, but they've been playing a little bit better now since Sampaoli took over, right? Since he replaced Lopetegui, I think possibly they can at least get a draw out of them tonight, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see what actually happens, but I hope they can drop points. As a Barcelona fan, I'm really hoping they could drop points, and that means we could at least be one point behind them if there's a draw, and at least be at the same points if they do lose, and we win tomorrow as well. Athletic Bilbao will be also a tougher opponent as well. They're doing decently as well with underneath our former coach Ernesto Valverde. So they're not doing too bad, but we'll just have to wait and see how we handle that. Hopefully, we can handle it just as well as we did with Villarreal, and close off the game pretty well in a good dominant way, and then going to next week very much confident and very much good. I think next week is the Bayern game, I would believe. I'm not entirely sure. It could be, right? I would think so, or the week after. I remember if it when the Champions League is coming again. But either way, there's like Bayern game looming soon enough, and even if we can't get through to the round of 16, at least we can go up with our heads held high if we beat Bayern. Meaning then if that Inter wins against Victoria Pilsen, they do not drop points against Victoria Pilsen. That would mean, like, even if we win against Bayern, it wouldn't really matter then. But at least we can go on with the morale, and at least we can show that we are strong, and it was just bad luck and some small individual errors that really screwed us over, not our overall performance or our overall ability to really to go out there and play. So hopefully we can get a win there too. But there's this last couple of weeks again before the World Cup are gonna be interesting to see how we can finish that off. And then going into that World Cup, I really hope we're not gonna see any injuries there. I just hope that all the players can get out of that World Cup all well and good. Then we can go into the second half of the season, much better and brighter way. So maybe try to do something, because I believe we can still go far this season. I believe there was still a chance to win multiple trophies, like the league and the cup and one European competition. We could do decently well in, at least, whether that's the Champions League now or the Europa League, we'll see. But at least I believe we can go far. We can go far and at least have a more moderately successful season and get back to winning some trophies again. So yeah, but that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I know it's a little bit long, but I just need to get that all out there. Hopefully tomorrow we can do well. Hopefully go with the somewhat same lineup and can really perform the same way against Athletic Bilbao as we did versus Villarreal. There's some other results today. Liverpool, if you want to know, Liverpool lost against Nottingham Forest 1-0. They're having a bit of an up and down season as well. They had two games with a 1-0 win in a row against City and West Ham, but now they do lose against the bottom side, Nottingham Forest, which is a big win for Nottingham Forest, and big 3 points for them for their fight in the relegation zone to get out of that. And some other, so I cannot think of directly. Midweek results were kind of standard, kind of normal, like you for most of the time. United doing what? There's a lot of signing that United and Cristiano Ronaldo. He doesn't want to come get subbed on and all that drama. And they had a good win against what was it? Oh, I remember what team it was now. Was that against Tottenham, or was that against you? I don't know. I remember what game it was, but there's plenty of stuff going on. But I may make a separate video eventually. But yeah, but that's gonna do it for this video. I'm not gonna make it go longer. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like down below and subscribe if you're not done that already, and ring the notification bell to get notified next time I upload videos like this, and match reviews and my lineup reactions and other news about football and Barcelona and all that stuff. So yeah, leave a comment down below so tell me what you thought about our Barcelona's recent performance against Villarreal. Do you think that was much better, and what do you think still needs to be fixed and handled, and what lineup do you expect going into the Athletic Bilbao game? What do you think Xavi is gonna do? I would like to see what you guys think as well. So yeah, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.